What's up with y'all? Welcome back to another reaction video. I'm Inde.
And I'm Ollie.
And today we got Did the Future Already Happen? It's crazy because we was talking about something like this last week, huh? Yeah, and it was what? Something. What was it?
What?
You're looking at something on the
The Mandela effect.
Yes.
And I was saying.
Go ahead.
I was saying if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, basically, a lot of people thought Nelson Mandela had died in whatever year, but then he actually died a different year, but just a big group of people remember it that way. And so that's happened with like a lot of things since then. Basically, just go watch on TikTok because I don't really feel like explaining, but Berenstain Bears became Berenstain Bears.
Mm-hmm. The Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the Loom didn't have the cornucopia.
Yep.
Just little things like that. Well, I was saying, what is the Mandela effect? I'm like, it's either like we're trying to figure out what is it? He didn't really care that much about. I was like, I'm like really like invested into this. Like I already went down the rabbit hole, and I'm like,
she did, bro. She was going crazy.
I'm like, listen, it's either like the alternate universes, like say this is another world, this is another world, another universe, combining into one, or it's like a time traveler going back in time. Like say in the future, time travel is invented already. So somebody is going back to the past, and because they're going back to the past, the butterfly effect or whatever makes things change in our now. That's why it's constantly changing in our reality. That would be the only logical explanation.
She said that, but I was like, if you're going back in time to change the fruit,
they're not even changing that.
Oh, they're doing stuff like little,
they're just going back there and them being there. No matter what they do, it never happens. So it could change like the butterfly.
Because if you go back already in time and you do something like a little different, it could change a lot of shit. It could change a lot of shit.
Like dominoes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just flick one, all go falling down.
Think about it. That's a decent theory. Okay. I respect it. That's a decent theory, though. But did the future already happen? The paradox of time. Let's get into the video. Hope all you guys.
Find out.
Yeah, let's get busy. Hope all y'all that's watching this video is taking care of yourselves. Let's get into it.
Do your past, present, and future all exist right now? Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed at this very moment?
Yes.
Surprisingly, the answer could be yes. But how can that be? What does that even mean? How does time work? The block universe. Imagine the universe like a child painting pictures on paper. Each picture shows everything that's happening in the universe in a single moment. With each new moment, all kinds of things occur everywhere. People are born and die, galactic civilizations expand, you miss the bus, and our universe kid makes a new picture that replaces the old one. In this way, you get something like a movie. Only the moment we're in right now is real. The past is what happened before. Now it's gone. The future is still to come and hasn't been drawn yet. This is kind of how time feels, right? Each moment being replaced by the next one. The past is far behind us, the future doesn't exist. But what if time is something else? What if the universe kid has already finished all its drawings and stacks them on top of each other? This way, we get a block of time that contains the whole history of the universe. All moments that have ever existed or will ever exist. But in this block, in this stack of moments, the past, the present, and the future are equally real and exist at the same time. This feels wrong. The only things that we perceive as real are those things happening now. How can the past and future be real right now? The problem is that according to the theory,
time is crazy.
I was thinking about this today, honestly.
It's like when you think about it, how did it even like form? And like, you get what I mean? Like
it forms
our phone, the
there's
clocks.
Eyes to witness.
Yeah, but just thinking about it,
body to feel.
It's so crazy.
But I was thinking about this today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, I was a little high. I was thinking like, is time even real? Because think about it, right? Like how we're in this moment right now, right? Mm-hmm. But this moment is gonna pass us, right?
Yeah.
And when we think back to this moment, it'll only be in our mind. So technically it only happened in our mind. In the future, you can imagine. You can create what you do. You can do what you imagine.
That is
so the future and the past are all in your mind. And your mind is how you perceive everything in the moment. So really, there is, like, really the future really isn't even real. Because everything
this shit
has happened, can happen,
this
will
is
happen,
a mind fuck.
And is now. I don't know. It makes sense in my brain, but I'm not really good with my words to like express what I mean enough.
Hey man, that's a different topic for another. But time though is like, it just like if you just sit and think about it, it's like how did that shit even come forth? We could open our phone and see what time it is. When that first happened, how did it get introduced? Somebody
built a clock first.
Oh, so whatever he said.
They started tracking the stars.
Oh, okay.
And the sun and the planets.
Is that reliable?
And they built like little calendars and clocks.
The calendars too. Yo, okay. I'm gonna start getting into everything because, oh my, it's just everything is like we just have to believe type shit. Just like with the globe. We're in California right now, but this could be fucking, I don't know. This could be really Australia or some bullshit like that. Like the map could be.
It just is what you make it to be.
No, yeah, that too.
Because you could just switch the names around and be that, be that.
It's crazy.
It's like a lot of beliefs we have are just social constructs. Like money, time, rules, society, like it's crazy.
We need the real answers to everything, man.
Keep watching. This
relativity, they kind of have to be. Heavily simplified, relativity says that time and space are not separated, but one connected space-time. When you move through space, you're also moving through the block. This means time passes differently for different people, depending on how they move through space relative to each other. And this also means that what someone perceives as now is a certain cut along the block, a cut that will depend on how fast they're moving. So what you think is now is really only your now. There are many different nows in the universe, and all of them are equally real. This also means there's no universal past or future. Okay, this is a lot. How does this work? Imagine 3 alien spaceships a million light years away.
Like snails.
The first one just hovers in space, not moving relative to you. You both experience the same now, the same present. If you had a magical, instantaneous internet connection, you could do a video call right now and chat about alien things. The second spaceship is flying away from us at 30 kilometers a second, about 3 times faster than a human rocket. It's moving differently through the block of time than you are, which means its now is different from yours. With the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your ancestors in 1924, when humanity was discovering the first galaxies outside the Milky Way. The third spaceship wants to visit Earth and is flying towards you at 30 kilometers a second, moving at the opposite angle of the second ship through the block of time. It experiences yet another now. With the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your descendants in the year 2124, when humanity has already built cities on Mars and Venus. Okay, so we have 3 different nows. So which one is correct? Well, that's the problem. Relativity is based on one powerful principle: cosmic democracy. The fact that the point of view of all observers in the universe is equally valid. All those nows have to be equally real. But if this is the case, your past, present, and your future all have to exist at the same time, right now. Because for the different aliens, they all happen in their present. This means that the distinction between the past, the present, and the future is an illusion. The universe is not a bunch of things evolving through time like in a movie, but a static block in which the past, the present, and the future all coexist and are real. How can that be? Well, think about a galaxy outside the observable universe, too far away to ever visit or see. But even if you can't get there and don't see it, it's still real. The future might be the same. But if the past is not far behind us and the future actually exists, then there is no movie. Things don't happen in the universe. The universe just is, like a frozen block of dead cosmic ice, with everything that will ever happen already written and decided. Is the future already written? If all times coexist and are equally real, then the future has to be already written. But that's not how you
What was he about to say?
It's like
experience
blowing my
things.
mind right now.
It feels like you can mold.
Is the future's already written? No, huh? No? The future's already written? Let's see what he says.
No, he's saying
okay,
you have to rewind it a little bit. You're not getting.
Let me
You gotta
see.
catch what he's saying.
I gotta pick up what he's putting down.
Yeah.
Written and decided. Is the future already written? If all times coexist and are equally real, then the future has to be already written. But that's not how you experience things. It feels like you can mold your future with your decisions. It really feels like you're free to choose to stop watching YouTube to not miss the bus. But if the future is set in stone, you can't decide anything. So are your choices an illusion? Well, maybe. Maybe your free will is a mirage. And maybe you missing the bus was already predetermined at the Big Bang. So feel free to continue watching. Except...
No. Did you agree with that? It made sense, but
It's basically like no matter what you choose to do,
It's gonna
you've
happen.
done it.
Oh.
So it's set in stone, which means that since you were going to do it, you always would have chosen to do it. Because if you didn't choose to do it and you did something else instead of that, then you wouldn't be where you were at. You would be in a different timeline or universe or whatever. But you wouldn't be here in this universe. Like you... So he's saying like, is it pre-planned basically? Because everything that ever happens was gonna happen because of the fact that it happened.
But he was like, it's free will, basically like an illusion. It's already gonna happen.
Well, it's not an illusion, but it's
not
like...
really, because like right now, you do have to, I mean...
You have free will in a way, but it's like reality is an illusion regardless. Because it's just your eyes flipping the image back to you. So basically everything you see, you're seeing with your mind. And it's like... It's an illusion in a way. Your free will, but...
An illusion? Really?
It's not an illusion. It's your choice.
Yes, your choice, but like...
But at the same time, it is an illusion because no matter what you choose to do, you'll always have chosen to do that because you chose to do it. Unless you can rewind time and remake your decision, but you can't do that. So whatever happened was always going to happen because of the fact that it happened.
I understand it, but damn, that's a lot. That's a lot to like. Because I'll be thinking about it sometimes, like, damn, I really have the free will to do anything. Like, I could.
But you do. At the same time.
Like, you could destroy your life. You could you could make your life worse faster than you can make it good.
Yeah.
Because we're doing something great right now. We're making content, but I could just smash my PC, and then what? So that's crazy.
Work hard for another.
Yeah, they're right.
But good things take time.
They do.
Also.
They do.
Bad things happen fast, but good things take time.
I like it, but I don't like it too. Because
it's because you
can ruin your life and it shouldn't be like that. Sucks.
It sucks, but
you can you can have your life.
You can find more strength in working for something than you can find by just getting it like that.
Yeah, because in reality you can.
And sometimes good things do happen overnight too.
That's what I'm about to say.
People's lives could change overnight too.
Jump in like we could go to sleep and wake up 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey man, I'm just putting it out there.
Quantum stuff is ruining everything again. Quantum processes can't be predicted, not even in principle. Not because we're silly and don't know how to do it. According to quantum physics, quantum particles are intrinsically random. For example, if you have a radioactive atom, it could decay at any moment, in the next second or in the next million years. We can calculate the probability that it will decay tomorrow, but no oracle in the universe will ever be able to tell you with absolute certainty if it will do so or not. But quantum particles can change the world. Imagine a radioactive element randomly decays and causes a genetic mutation in a nearby mammal. And then many generations later, that mutation has led to a weird mix of duck and mammal that makes no sense. Or the atom decays a day later, and the weird creature will never exist. If quantum stuff is really uncertain, the future can't be set in stone. But if the future is an untold story, it can't be real in the same way as the past is.
It's both.
So what happens when uncertain things like the decay of our atom become real?
It's where
Is that moment
duality
the present?
meets.
Is this now? But before we saw that cosmic democracy makes it impossible to define an absolute now. What's going on here? It turns out that for every individual object, you, an alien, an atom, the past, the present, and the future are always well defined. Your death will always happen after your birth, never before, and never at the same time. Now, you
crazy.
are clearly between your birth and your death. So, for you at least, now
Benjamin Button.
makes perfect sense. If we don't play tricks like going to the other side of the universe and using aliens in funny ways to find out what now means, things again start to look ordered and nice, and individual nows seem to exist. Can we do something with them? Let's return to our block universe. Maybe the block does not contain the future, and maybe we just imagined it wrong. Maybe the block is just the past, and a thin layer on the surface is the present. That surface is not smooth, but bumpy and uneven. It's been made by joining countless individual nows, each experienced by someone or something in the universe, each equally real and valid. And all observers do their bit, so cosmic democracy is still true. As new things happen and uncertain things become certain, radioactive atoms decay, new species of mammals arise, people miss the bus, the border moves upwards, creating new time in the universe. Instead of a frozen block of time with a future that has already been written, the block is growing and things happen. You can again
That makes
decide
sense.
your future.
Yeah.
They never
Maybe
stop
leave
growing.
earlier so you won't miss the bus. What is real then?
Because time
Let's
will never
recap.
stop until there's no
We started with
observers.
time as a movie, one now after another,
That's a fact.
where only the current now was real. Then we found out that because of relativity, there are multiple nows, all of them real somehow, which could mean that we're living in a frozen block universe where things don't happen and you don't really have free will. And we ended up with a kind of growing block universe where time passes and the future is open. So which is correct? What is real? The present? The past? Are the dinosaurs as real as you are right now? What do the aliens on the other corner of the universe think about all this? To be honest, no one knows. What we've learned are two possibilities to describe time, but they're not the only ones. Some scientists think that the idea of now only makes sense near you, but not in the universe as a whole. Others think that time itself doesn't even exist, that the whole concept is an illusion of our human mind.
Yeah.
And others think that time does exist, but that it's not a fundamental feature of the universe. Rather, time may be something that emerges from a deeper level of reality, just like heat emerges from the motion of individual molecules, or life emerges from the interactions of lifeless proteins. We could go on, but aren't you about to miss the bus? The concept of time is abstract and elusive, possibly beyond complete human comprehension. Fortunately, there's a vast world of things we do understand about the universe that you can explore right now, thanks to our friends at Brilliant.org. Brilliant has thousands of
Big
bite-sized
ass.
hands-on lessons inside.
That's the video, huh?
It got me good with that one.
Is that the video? I mean, damn, this thing is a whole ad? Still say advertisement.
See how our posters are actually created. And this is how...
Yeah, it's an ad. Damn. That was a good video though. It's crazy to think about all this. Like, that shit will give you like anxiety a little bit.
Existential crisis.
Cause like, damn, like it's crazy to think about. Even after you pass on, this world will always be here. Like, but how long would it be here? That's the interesting part.
Honestly, I feel like maybe when we die, we get all the answers.
No, of course. But it's just crazy to think about it. Like, a million years already happened. Or no, billion, but imagine how this world will look in another million years. What the fuck would be here?
That's the big mystery. That's the good thing about life though, is that, you know.
But the thing is, the questions that I'm asking, when people pass on from this lifetime, they will get the answers to that, like you said. Because when you pass on from this life to another, you basically only die here, like your body dies, but your soul, who you are inside, you always live on. Mm-hmm. So,
and I feel like life is about like so much duality. Mm-hmm. Like we got the sun, we got the moon, we got night, we got day, we got hot, we got cold. Mm-hmm. You know, we got man, woman. Life is based around so much duality. Mm-hmm. That you gotta think of it in a deeper way. Like,
right.
You gotta think of it like, okay, well, we're here, right? Mm-hmm. And we have the answers to nothing.
Yeah, I know.
So when we die, it will only make sense if we have the answers to everything.
And that's why I tell you, Mama, that I feel like we're here.
Yeah.
Where our purpose to be on this earth is for a test. It's a test. We ain't got no answers. We just throwing here as a test to see how we do.
And I feel like we do it to ourselves. Even if you don't like your life.
Exactly.
It's just, you probably wanted to see how much you could take.
That
because life is so unperfect that death must be perfect. Life is so like hard. Death gotta be easy.
And I believe in
Tupac? Somebody said that.
I do believe in reincarnation. So it's like, I do believe that, like I said, it's all like we all learn lessons here. And so when you pass on, it's like, all right, you didn't learn your lesson. Go do this shit again. So, and it's crazy to think about like reincarnation and the fact that you always had a different life. So in your past life, you could have been this possibility that you was rich as fuck, and now you're like living whatever life you're in.
And also, like, you know how everybody is just born different? Like, they're just born as themselves, which is such a like beautiful thing. But what I was going with this is like, maybe when you're born and like you're born as yourself, like those traits and those flaws that make you you, right?
Right.
What if those have developed over like thousands, countless of reincarnations? Things, way of being that stuck with you the most.
That's crazy to think about.
Form like who you are when you're born.
You know, I was thinking.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Like,
no, that is smart as fuck, Mama. But, because when you start to think about things like that, like reincarnation and stuff, and then you like start to think like, does that even make sense? It does, because I was thinking that, okay, there's this one guy that I seen that he spent his whole entire life inside of like this machine, and only his head was exposed. And I was like, why would he be reincarnated like that? Like, what would the reason be? And if you really think about it, it could be it could be a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Like nothing towards him.
Maybe like when you're born with like illnesses and stuff, it could have been something from your past life.
Yeah, no, like it's always tragic, but if you think about it, it could have been maybe in their past life, they took a lot of shit for granted, and they could have been like not the best person, or they
maybe
things like that. You know, you don't take shit. Ooh. You don't take a lot of things for granted, then I guess that will show you, I guess. But it's crazy to think, because it's like, why do people be born into some fucked up shit? Like, what's the point of him being born inside of a machine? Like, his body was in that machine since he was a baby. And that's all he knew. And only his head was exposed.
And I also feel like the universe just loves us so much that I don't think we would be placed like in a life that we didn't ask to be in. Maybe fucked up things happen in our lives that weren't supposed to happen because of other people. But I feel like we knew about the risk of like coming to be to this earth beforehand. But damn, we're getting so out of topic. We can do like another video if you guys are curious about like our spirituality talks or beliefs. Because we could talk for a long time. We be talking all night. That's why we got along so well.
I know, right? We could talk forever, man.
Yeah.
That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. We catch you on the next video. Mama.